Hey, before we get into it, the holidays are here, and that means La Familia Know-It-All is heading out of town to visit family. I'll be doing specific series updates, but overall, we're going to put the channel on autopilot. No, that doesn't mean we will be gone, but what we're going to do is bring you the 25 days of Christmas. This is when we do a review every single day of a different Christmas movie throughout the entire month of December, all the way up to Christmas Day. The first one is for The Nightmare Before Christmas, so check it out in the link in the description below or click that card right above me to watch yourself. With that out of the way, on with the show. It was bound to happen. Hot on the heels of last week's chilling discovery, is there a payoff? As hallucinations abound, you get backstory, whether you want it or not. But does this brief timeout for the plot spell doom for the next episode? Come on, who you talking to? All that and more starts right now. What's up, my know-it-alls? It's your nerdy best friend, Mr. Know-It-All, and I'm here to geek out with you about Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. Specifically, Episode 4, Parallels and Interiors. You know, this season kicked off with a bang. All action, chaos, everywhere. But Episode 4, it's kind of like they took a breather, or as we call it around here, a filler episode. We're mostly hanging out in Alaska this time, with Cate and the crew trying to outrun this massive ice titan. And hey, there's a bit of a romantic detour too, flashing back to May and Kentaro in Tokyo a year earlier. Now, don't get it twisted. Apple TV Plus is still bringing it with the cool VFX and the soundtrack in their Monsterverse series. And yeah, there are some neat action scenes. But the whole flashback romance thing, not exactly edge of your seat stuff, and I kind of missed the 50s vibe from the earlier episodes. The episode starts off in Utah, 2015. There's a lady in the desert, and if you guessed Monarch Outpost Scientist on your bingo card, you'd be right. Her name is Dr. Barnes, and it looks like she may be onto something big. A radiation spike in Alaska that's eerily similar to what happened right before G-Day. Seems like it's connected to our frosty friend up north. Then we're back to Kate's storyline. The ice monsters just trashed their plane and is coming right at them. Kentaro does his best impersonation of Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park and tries to pull a hero move with a flare gun. Giving them just enough time to make a break for a nearby cave. But why do they split up? Well, they're safe for the moment, but then May has a bit of a mishap and ends up with her legs drenched in freezing water. She's freaking out, thinking it's all over for her. They're low on supplies, May's losing it, and the gang can't agree on where to go next. Kentaro wants to check out a base he spotted from the air. Only he spotted it.
Okay, Kentaro. You have a brilliant imagination, but now is not the time to use it.
But Lee thinks the coast is a safer bet, so they go their separate ways, with Kentaro heading solo towards the base.
Woo! You know you did.
Flashback time, Tokyo 2014. Kentaro's busy with his art show when he literally bumps into May. What starts as a quirky meet cute quickly turns into a whirlwind. They hit a secret whiskey bar, then back to Kentaro's studio for some flirting and more.
Sorry, children.
Kentaro eventually makes it to his show, leaving May behind, but not without swapping digits. Kentaro on that riz. Kentaro on that riz. Back in the present, Kentaro's out in the wild when he suddenly collapses. Meanwhile, Cate, May, and Lee find themselves back where they started at, Hiroshi's campsite. Oh, they've been going in circles the whole time. It's all they can do not to give up. They're trying to keep warm, even burning Hiroshi's documents for heat.
And who knows what's in your dad's papers? I mean, it could tell us what he was doing here, theories, discoveries, where he went.
Let it burn.
But wait, what happened to Cutie? No, other Cutie. No, there she is, Who's a big sweetie? But seriously, what's up with the Ice Titan? Lee figures out that this monster is after heat, not them. It gobbles up their campfire and even the heat from the plane's engines. Lee's master plan? Create a huge bonfire to distract the beast so they can make their escape. What could possibly go wrong? May, though, is not sure she'll make it and tells Cate to leave her, but Kate's having none of it.
No, let's not go there. She's the only person that I can call.
Meanwhile, Kentaro, still in the wilderness, has some trippy visions of his dad and follows Hiroshi's trail to an abandoned base where he finds some clues that his dad might still be around. So how do they escape the Ice Titan? Just as Lee's setting up his fiery trap, the monster shows up early because reasons and plot. Cate and May bolt and a helicopter appears overhead. Lee lights up his bonfire and the monster takes the bait. So how does episode 4 wrap up? They all escape in the helicopter and surprise, Kentaro's already inside.
Come on, hurry! Let's go! Go!
He managed to call for help, turning into the unlikely hero. On their way back, Cate thanks Kentaro, who shares his suspicion that Hiroshi might be alive, based on what he found at the base.
Left a mess of shavings behind.
They land back in civilization where Monarch's baddie Tim is waiting for them. It's filler. It's a filler episode. Nothing happens. The lead protagonists literally go in circles. I tend to hate filler episodes for this very reason, except they did a good job. Yes, the backstory and flashbacks are basically exposition machines for God knows what. Maybe character development? I don't know. All in all, the episode kept me entertained, if slow. That's why I'm going to give this episode of Monarch Legacy of Monsters a solid 7 out of 10. So what do you guys think of the episode? Episode 4. Drop a comment below and let's discuss. Do you think that maybe things are going to slow down a little bit, or are you also excited for what's coming? So what do you think is going to happen next week? Funny enough, that answer I think comes from the only actual plot-based scene we get this episode. So Dr. Barnes & Co. put together this massive Zoom call where everyone is talking but no one is listening. So finally, your boy Tim, he calls them out.
I thought that we were here to learn everything we can. And I would have thought that a bunch of people who signed up to study giant monsters be a little bit more open-minded about it.
So because of Tim's commitment to reminding Monarch how to monarch, I think next week the gang gets rolled back into the fold, and my overall prediction is that we're either going to the base where Ghidorah is kept, or they're gonna find Ghidorah. But you don't go to the Great White North for no reason. I think the series is going to fill in the gaps we left open after Godzilla, meaning the first movie. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next week. Never forget, everyone loves a know-it-all.